Are you looking for the best graphics cards? In this video we will look at some of the best graphics cards. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Nvidia GeForce RTX 4060. The RTX 4060 has enough power to run many modern games with maxed out settings at 1080p. And it's an excellent choice for someone who wants to game at that resolution with the best image quality possible. If you aren't bothered by reducing the image quality a bit, cheaper cards could be sensible options. But for 1080p maxed settings, this is arguably the best option right now without overspending. Just don't buy this card for heavy 2K or 4K gaming, it isn't the best solution for that. GPU base clock 1830 MHz. GPU boost clock 2505 MHz. Graphics memory type GDDR6. Graphics memory amount 8 GB. HDMI outputs 1. DisplayPort outputs 3. Virtual link outputs. Number of fans 2. Card width double. Card length. Powered by Nvidia DLSS 3, ultra-efficient Ada Lovelace Arch, and full ray tracing. 4th generation tensor cores, up to 4x performance with DLSS 3 versus brute force rendering. Number 2. AMD Radeon RX 7700 XT. Upgraders with big PCs and 1440p panels. No, the XFX model of the Radeon RX 7700 XT we tested is not well suited for small PC cases. If your PC case is big enough to fit it, though, this card has speedy performance and plenty of potential to run even faster by overclocking. If you do have a small case, you'll find smaller models of the Radeon RX 7700 XT that are similarly recommendable, with performance that's still competitive with Nvidia's GeForce RTX 4060 Ti for only a slightly higher price. GPU base clock 2171 MHz. GPU boost clock 2544 MHz. Graphics memory type GDDR6. Graphics memory amount 12 GB. HDMI outputs 1. DisplayPort outputs 3. Virtual link outputs. Number of fans 3. Card width. Chipset, AMD RX 7700 XT. Memory, 12 GB GDDR6. XFX QICK triple fan cooling solution. Boost clock, up to 2599 MHz. Number 3. Nvidia GeForce RTX 4070 Super. Nvidia's GeForce RTX 4070 Super plays most modern games at up to 4K resolutions with acceptable results, but it's better suited for gaming at 1440p or 1600p. At 1440p, the GeForce RTX 4070 Super delivered a high refresh rate in all the games we've tested. This makes the RTX 4070 Super ideal for a 120Hz, 2560 by 1440 pixel monitor or something similar. It could likely also attract gamers looking to game at 4K without breaking out over $599 on a graphics card alone. For most people, that's more than enough to spend on just one component. If you're still using a 1080p monitor, save your cash for a monitor upgrade and buy something less pricey, like the $299 Nvidia GeForce RTX 4060. GPU base clock 1980 MHz. GPU boost clock 2475 MHz. Graphics memory type GDDR6X. Graphics memory amount 12 GB. HDMI outputs 1. DisplayPort outputs 3. Virtual link outputs. Number of fans 2. Card width double. Card length 10 inches. Board power or TDP 220 watts. Power connectors 12 VHPWR. Powered by Nvidia DLSS3, ultra-efficient Ada Lovelace Arch, and full ray tracing. 4th generation tensor cores, up to 4x performance with DLSS3 versus brute force rendering. Number 4. AMD Radeon RX 7800 XT. Looking for a future-proofed card for 1440p play? Bingo! The Radeon RX 7800 XT is one of the best graphics cards available for less than $900, at nearly half that. While it has competition in this market segment, the RX 7800 XT pumps out notably faster performance than its rivals for hundreds less. If you're building a gaming PC and want more performance than the GeForce RTX 4060 without spending $600, this is your best bet. GPU base clock. 2124 MHz. GPU boost clock. 2430 MHz. Graphics memory type. GDDR6. Graphics memory amount. 16 GB. HDMI outputs. 1. DisplayPort outputs. 3. Virtual link outputs. Number of fans. 2. Card width. Double. Card length. 10.5 inches. Board power or TDP. 263 watts. Power connectors. 2 8-pin. Boost clock, up to 2430 MHz. Game clock, up to 2124 MHz. Memory size / bus, 16 GB / 256-bit DDR6, memory clock, 19.5 gigabits per second effective. Number 5. AMD Radeon RX 7900 XT. If you want to run 4K games with ease but also want to stop short of spending a full $1,000 on a graphics card, then the Radeon RX 7900 XT is for you. This card will run most games maxed out at 4K without breaking a sweat, and the only reason not to buy one if you are considering spending this much is if you are more attracted to this card's more powerful cousin, the Radeon RX 7900 XTX. GPU base clock. 2000 MHz. GPU boost clock. 2400 MHz. Graphics memory type. GDDR6X. Graphics memory amount. 20 GB. HDMI outputs. 1. DisplayPort outputs. 2. Virtual link outputs. Number of fans. 3. Card width. Double. Card length. 10.9 inches. Board power or TDP. 315 watts. Power connectors. 2 8-pin. Boost clock, up to 2450 MHz. Game clock, up to 2075 MHz. Memory size / bus, 20 GB / 320-bit DDR6, memory clock, 20 gigabits per second effective. Output, 2x HDMI, 2x DisplayPort. Form factor, 2.7 slot, ATX is dimension, 313, L, x 133.75, W, x 52.67, H, M.